Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
The long-awaited Lando Star Wars Disney Plus show just got an update from its writer. Back in December of 2020, for Disney's Investors' Day presentation, it was announced and revealed by Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy that a Lando series was in the works at Disney Plus. The project would star Donald Glover and to be developed by writer Justin Simien. Since though, however, unfortunately, fans have heard next to nothing about the project, and it's been almost 3 years at this point. It wasn't until Star Wars Celebration this past April that a new update was offered from Kathleen Kennedy, who shared that it is still happening, and Glover is very excited about it. In a recent exclusive interview with The Direct, I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well, Haunted Mansion director and Lando writer Justin Simien commented on his involvement with Lucasfilm's upcoming Star Wars Disney Plus series starring Donald Glover. When The Direct mentioned the brief update about the series during Disney's Investors' Day in 2020, Simien admitted that he has not received an update since that one, and that nothing has really been said since then. He did go on to share some happy thoughts on the matter though, however. Justin Simien noted how he feels like everybody loves the work that they've done for the show back when progress was moving forward, and that the filmmaker certainly has poured his heart into it, and into the Star Wars spin-off. As he says that in quotes, "I certainly poured my heart and spent a lot of time working with them to put together a really great show. It feels like everybody loves it, and I was told we had to put a pause on it because of scheduling, and the next update I got was in 2020, some years ago, so I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with it." Ending that quote right there. The fact that there hasn't been really an official meeting, I think rather, or an official update that's like into the regards of the inside circle of the people that are actually working on this show is rather frightening and disappointing at that, and there seems to be a lack of, well, communication going on here with Disney and this overall project, especially when that last, I guess, official meeting was nearly over 3 years ago. However, if I may remind you though, this isn't necessarily the last time that we've heard anything about the Lando Disney Plus show. Recently, just a couple of months ago, Donald Glover had spoke on it in a recent interview, saying that he's still very excited for it, and that it is really just a matter of scheduling, and that they are going to get to it quite soon. However, I will also say with everything that we have heard about the Lando Disney Plus show, everything points towards that yes, it is still happening, and that they are still very excited for it, and that they are going to continue on with it. However, though, it is just a matter of scheduling. Donald Glover is a very talented and busy individual. From comedy, music, TV shows, and movies of his own, his schedule is back-to-back and nearly always packed. So as I had mentioned in that interview that was just a couple of months ago, he did say that they were coming around to it and that it was really just with his scheduling. So, this year all being said, will Lando's Disney Plus adventure ever see the light of day? It is strange on how little information there has been about Lando as the show since its announcement in 2020. A lack of attention is like that is usually due to a quiet cancellation and that they're quote-unquote shelving the project. This is something I was going to mention that we have seen with other Star Wars projects, notably and specifically with their movies, is from when we see the writers or maybe the leads or directors walk away from those projects due to creative differences. I don't necessarily feel this to be the case for the Lando show because we are actually still hearing about it. We're hearing about it officially from Lucasfilm, President Kathleen Kennedy herself, and then also from Donald Glover, and now the writer. They're all on board that it is still happening, and it is a project that they all want to do. Normally when they bring up a X project like a Star Wars movie, like Rogue Squadron, for example, when it went through its cancellation phase, I do believe that that movie is still back on track from Patty Jenkins to go into development. I'll have another update video talking about that here on the channel later, so all the more reason to grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. But anyway, if something like that was to be brought up to Kathleen Kennedy, for example, specifically, she would probably come up with the idea that, yeah, that's something that's shelved, or that it is straight up canceled, or something that Lucasfilm as an overall company isn't looking for, or that they aren't going to go forward with. In situations like that, there's no reason to really beat around the bush and lie about it necessarily and say that, oh yeah, it's still happening. Why have falsified promises, I guess, is what I'm getting getting at. So where you have the main lead, Donald Glover, and Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, and even the writer all talking about it and on the same page that yes, it is still happening, it's just a matter of conflict of scheduling here, then I will have to say it is safe to say that it is going to go ahead and go forward here. One thing going against Lando, though, however, is how it doesn't really have a place in Lucasfilm's future plans, as in that they don't have it necessarily slated for any releases or anything like that. And I think of what they really mean with that is with looking at other projects, movies, and shows, like such as Dave Filoni's upcoming Mandoverse crossover film, shows like Ahsoka, The Mandalorian, and Skeleton Crew are all actively, importantly getting updates to those plans and moving forward. I mean, just look at everything that we talk about and cover here on the channel. In turn, this could translate into those additional seasons for all of them. Mando's 4th season is already presumably in the works, leaving little room for side adventures like Lando. We're kind of at a sense, or at a turning point, at a fork in the road of where we're seeing Lucasfilm pick and choose more important projects that they'd much rather focus on, invest in, spend money on, energy on, time, resources on, much rather than bringing up a new project. They're looking at already pre-established things is what it seems like, which isn't necessarily fair to Lando in any regards, especially when you do kind of bring up that, yeah, Lando is a pre-established thing in Star Wars. He's in the original trilogy, he's in Solo, and that's exactly what this show would be, is a sequel or a continuation of Solo, and has the big potential possibility to expand it into Solo 2 as a movie, so we can't necessarily blame it on that either. Shows like The Acolyte is also on the way, but even that could easily have a grander, important role in Star Wars and in the future of the timeline. It's potentially the first step into getting even more High Republic stories told in live action, not to mention all of the Sith lore and teases to uncover. Bottom line, here's what I'll say. Donald Glover's talented. I mentioned this earlier on in the video. What if they gave creative controls to him? What if they let him star in it, direct it, write it, and everything like that? It would be amazing. I think it's something that could work if he's willing to invest that time into it, and it's something that he wants to do and go that far into it necessarily. He definitely is invested into wanting to play the character again, so why not give him all of it? Let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. Hopefully the Donald Glover-led series will materialize at some point in the near future. Perhaps it could even explore some further backstory of Emilia Clarke's Kira and her story, who fans are dying to see return. As we have seen her in the comic book pages, what's going on with her character would be cool and awesome to see unfold onto Disney Plus, and maybe even to a Solo sequel, Solo 2, in the near future. We still have Disney's Investor Day coming up later this year in the fall, so fingers crossed maybe we'll get some type of an official announcement from it, or confirmation that it is still happening in the works. There hasn't been an official confirmation is what I'm saying. There have been people talking about it, like Kathleen Kennedy or Donald Glover or the writer. No official statement though, however, though, saying that yes, this is still something that's in active development. Stay tuned for it. Anyway, you guys, let me know all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I would love to hear what you guys all think here. What do you want to see with the Lando Disney Plus show? If you want to see it, I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Have a great one, guys. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.